Hello everyone and welcome back to Blitz Blocks. Today we are covering World of Tanks Blitz, and this video is specifically for brand new players who are just starting out and have absolutely no idea what they are doing. Do not worry, we have all been there. World of Tanks Blitz can feel overwhelming at first, but once you understand these 5 fundamental tips, everything will start to click and you will immediately start performing better in every single battle. Let us get straight into it. Tip number 1, and this is the single biggest mistake that almost every new player makes without exception. Do not rush. I know it is tempting. You spawn in, you see the enemy, and your first instinct is to charge straight at them as fast as possible. But here is what actually happens when you do that. You get deleted in about 10 seconds flat, and then you spend the rest of the battle watching your teammates play without you. World of Tanks Blitz rewards patience above almost everything else. The players who survive the longest are the ones who deal the most damage and win the most battles. It is that simple. Every extra second you stay alive is another opportunity to fire a shot, deal damage, and contribute to your team's victory. So what should you do instead of rushing? Stick with your team. Never go off alone into unknown territory hoping to be a hero. Use cover constantly. Rocks, buildings, hills, anything that breaks the enemy's line of sight to you. Only push forward when you are absolutely certain it is safe to do so and when you have teammates supporting you. The mindset shift you need to make is this: surviving longer is always more valuable than being aggressive. A tank that is alive and dealing consistent damage is worth 10 times more to your team than a tank that charged in alone and got destroyed in the first minute of the battle. Play smart, be patient, and the wins will come naturally. Tip number 2, learn the weak spots on enemy tanks and start aiming for them deliberately. This single tip will immediately make your shots significantly more effective and will stop you from wasting ammunition on parts of the tank that simply bounce your shells straight back at you. Not all shots in World of Tanks Blitz are equal. Where you aim matters enormously. If you are just pointing your gun at the general direction of an enemy tank and pressing fire without thinking about where specifically you are hitting, you are going to bounce a lot of shots. And bounced shots mean 0 damage, wasted ammunition, and a very frustrating experience. So here is what you need to aim for instead. The lower plate is the bottom front section of a tank, and it is one of the most reliable weak spots on almost every vehicle in the game. Aim there whenever you are facing an enemy head on. The sides and rear of a tank are almost always significantly weaker than the front armor, so if you can get around the side or behind an enemy, that is where you want to be shooting. And finally, look for cupolas, which are the small raised bumps you can see on top of enemy turrets. These are often weak spots that can be penetrated even on heavily armored tanks. Learning weak spots takes time and practice, but the improvement in your performance will be immediate and dramatic the moment you start aiming deliberately rather than just shooting anywhere and hoping for the best. Tip number 3, watch your minimap constantly and never ignore it. The minimap in World of Tanks Blitz is honestly one of the most powerful tools available to you, and the vast majority of new players completely ignore it, which is a massive mistake. That little map in the corner of your screen tells you everything you need to know about what is happening across the entire battlefield at any given moment. It shows you where your teammates are, where spotted enemies are, and most importantly, it shows you where nobody is, which is often where the danger is coming from. Here is how to read it properly. If you look at your minimap and you notice that one entire side of the map is completely empty with no teammates covering it, that is a serious warning sign. Enemies could be flanking around that side completely undetected, and if you are not paying attention, you will suddenly find a tank appearing right beside you with no warning whatsoever. Similarly, if you can see on the minimap that your team is losing badly on one side of the map, that is your signal to reposition immediately. Do not stay in a position that is about to be surrounded. Fall back, find a new angle, and adapt to what the minimap is telling you. Good map awareness is genuinely what separates complete beginners from experienced players. Once you develop the habit of checking your minimap every few seconds, you will start making much smarter decisions in every single battle you play. Tip number 4, understand the role of your tank and play it correctly. World of Tanks Blitz has 4 main tank classes, and each one has a completely different job on the battlefield. Playing your role correctly instead of just doing random things makes an enormous difference to both your personal performance and your team's chances of winning. Heavy tanks are the frontline fighters. They have thick armor, large health pools, and powerful guns. Their job is to lead the charge, absorb damage, and create space for their teammates. If you are in a heavy tank and your hiding at the back of the map sniping, you are doing it completely wrong. Medium tanks are the most versatile class. They are fast enough to flank enemies, strong enough to fight in the mid-range, and flexible enough to support wherever the team needs them most. Medium tank players need to be constantly thinking about positioning and supporting their teammates. Light tanks are the scouts of the battlefield. Their job is to move fast, spot enemies early, and share that information with the rest of the team. Light tanks are not designed to fight heavily armored opponents directly. Use your speed to stay alive and keep your team informed of enemy positions. And finally, tank destroyers are the long-range snipers. They typically have incredibly powerful guns but limited armor and mobility. Find a good position at the back of the map with a clear line of sight and pick off enemies from a safe distance. Never put yourself in a situation where enemies can get close to you in a tank destroyer. Play your role correctly, and your team will thank you.
Fire went out, lights went down. When you feel lost in your shadow, don't feel alone, don't scream so loud. We are living in this cruel world. Broken but strong, gotta move on. You're not a bakery of life. Equip my soul, find the real gold. I'll fulfill what I started.
Tip number 5, and this is one that makes a huge difference the moment you apply it. Always upgrade your tank before you move on to a new one. This is something that new players consistently get wrong. They unlock a new tank, play a few battles in it, decide it feels weak and slow, and immediately start grinding towards the next tank, thinking it will be better. But here is the truth. Almost every tank in World of Tanks Blitz feels weak and frustrating in its stock configuration. Stock tanks are deliberately underpowered to give you something to work towards. The moment you start upgrading your tank, the difference is absolutely dramatic. There are 3 upgrades you should focus on first, above everything else. The gun is the most important upgrade of all. A better gun means more damage per shot, better penetration, and more reliable performance against armored opponents. Always prioritize the gun first. After the gun, focus on the engine. A better engine gives you more mobility, which means you can get into position faster, retreat when needed, and keep up with the pace of the battle. And then upgrade your tracks, which improves your handling and allows you to carry heavier equipment modules. A fully upgraded tank feels completely different from a stock one. It is faster, hits hard. And that is everything for today's World of Tanks Blitz Beginner's Guide on Blitz Blocks. To summarize, do not rush and play smart. Learn the weak spots on enemy tanks. Watch your minimap constantly. Play your tank role correctly. And always upgrade your tank before moving on to a new one. Apply all 5 of these tips in your very next battle, and I guarantee you will immediately start performing better. If this video helped you out, please do leave a like. It genuinely means a lot to a growing channel like this one. Subscribe to Blitz Blocks for more World of Tanks Blitz and Roblox content every single week. And drop a comment below telling me which tip was most useful for you. I read every single comment. See you in the next one.